Hello everyone, this is the Super Wig Maker, and today I wanted to make a video to show you how I reduce the density of a unit. What you are watching here is the full high definition unit that I have made, and I made 3 videos about it, how I created it. But I have made a mistake and the top was too dense, so I wanted to remove some of the density. What you're watching here is the end result, and what I also want you to see is how difficult it is to separate the hair and yet remove strands from the correct side of the unit. Some people use tweezers and they just aimlessly pull strands. I wouldn't do that. I want to have total control of how many strands I remove and how often I remove each one. Leave 3 strands, remove one, then leave another 3 strands, then remove another one. So I really need to show you exactly how I am doing this, and this way you're going to have a uniform result. You're not going to have a bald spot and some spots that are still too dense because you didn't pull strands from that spot. So stay tuned and I'm going to show you exactly how I'm doing this. To show you how I'm going to do this, I'm going to show you a little bit in a big scale. This is a tool, and I just I ventilated a little bit of thread here, and I'm going to zoom in, and I want you to see how difficult it is to separate the strands even though long scale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over, turn it inside out if it was a unit, and now all the hair is under the lace and all I can see is clear knots. Now with clear knots, what you can do is you can put the needle inside the knot, then pull it. It's gonna open the knot itself. Now it's a little more difficult now with the strands because this is not hair, and then the knot is coming undone. I'm gonna show you one more time and then we're going to the real thing. You put the needle inside the knot, you pull it, and the hair is coming out of the unit. So what I'm going to be doing here is that I'm going to put a pin in a row that I'm going to deventilate so as to keep track of where I am. And what I'm going to do is use the way that I showed you, that I put the needle inside the knot. And this is not a needle, this is a ventilation needle, it's not a normal one. So I'm putting in the hook, and then the little hook is grabbing the knot. So when I pull it out, it's hooked on the needle, so it's very easy for me to just remove that. If you use a normal stitching needle, it's not going to be very easy. This is much easier. A lot of people are removing density or deventilating by using tweezers. I wouldn't do that, as I said, because I tried to do it this way. On the normal side of the unit, I was separating lines of lace, of ventilated lace, single line, and then I was picking like one strand every this amount of knots. But I had to keep it in another place, then separate another line and do the same. It was so time consuming. The hair was, getting all over the place. I couldn't see very well what I was doing. So this is much better to do it like that. Also, some people, when they do it with the tweezers, they don't really pay attention to what they're doing. They just visually inspect if the density is what they think it's good. So you might screw up a unit, you might screw up a spot by making it too bold and then just leaving another spot more dense. I'm more a perfectionist. If I'm ventilating on a pattern, I have to deventilate on a pattern as well. Now on this unit, I used one knot in every hole, so it was so dense that I had to remove 33% of the density. You heard correctly. I'm removing one knot every 3. So I'm leaving 2 knots and then I'm removing the 3rd one. So yeah, it's a big mistake, but it's easier than having a very thin piece and then having to add hair, because you have to add it on the correct side. You can remove it from the opposite side, which is faster. Some people also, Dave told me that some people use hair removal cream to remove the density. How the hell do they do that? They still turn the wig cap inside out, and then they put tiny little dots of hair removal cream on specific knots. Then they leave it for like, I don't know, half an hour, I guess, as long as it needs to disintegrate the hair. And then they wash the unit, they turn it normally, and then they brush away, and all the hair, all the knots that are affected will just fall out. I wouldn't use cream, hair removal cream. It's too dangerous. This is the best way to do it, the fastest way to do it. You have total control of what you're doing, and there's no way you're gonna screw up the unit. It's the safest way. And yeah, that's it. I don't have anything else to say about that. The best thing for you is to make the density correct from the beginning. I screwed up the density because it was, I was not so sure. I couldn't even read. If I put my fingers in the unit, I couldn't even touch the base, the scalp. So it was that dense. And now it turned much better. And but now I know how to use my materials, my base, and I know how to pay attention to the density. I know how to calculate things, and this comes with a little bit of knowledge that I have already told about the density, but also practice. Um, yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna post more videos about a few things that I have to say. And yeah, keep up the good work.